Please rise for our Pledge of Allegiance, a moment of silence for our men and women serving in our military.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Mitch.
Notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Law have been satisfied concerning this meeting. The Home News Tribune and the Star Ledger published a notice on December 18, 2020. Copy of the schedule is posted on the municipal bulletin board. It should be so noted in the minutes of this meeting. Councilman Spiller.
Here.
Councilman FICARRA.
Here.
Councilwoman Meehan. Here. Councilwoman Drum. Councilman Patel.
Here.
Councilman Anderson. Councilwoman DeJesus.
Here.
Vice President Bauer.
Here.
And President Small.
Here.
Can I get a motion that the minutes be approved from the July 20th and 27th meetings as listed?
Motion. Second.
Any questions or comments from council?
Mr. Mitch, I'll be abstaining for that because I missed the meeting. Thank you.
Any other comments? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. There are no second reading ordinances this evening. There is one first reading ordinance. I get a motion that the ordinance be passed on first reading, published in the Home News Tribune on August 13th, 2021, with notice of public hearing to be held on August 17th, 2021 at 6 p.m.
Motion?
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Resolutions 1 through 23. If I can take 1 through 23 by consent.
Motion?
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Mr. President?
Thank you. At this time, we'll go into our public session. You have 5 minutes. Please give your name and your address. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lee Darden, and I live in Avondale, New Jersey. I am one of the petitioners on the community aggregation petition you received this week, and wanted to express why I believe this is an important initiative to pass for our town. Melting ice caps, out-of-control wildfires, record heat levels. Most people have heard about one or all of these issues at some point, either on the news or in their social media feeds. These issues can seem colossal. How can individual citizens really help to curb these problems? Won't it take large, all-encompassing actions to stop environmental damage to Earth? Well, yes, it would be awesome if countries and other larger bodies could work together to save our planet. The truth is, if each individual can contribute in a small way, it would make a large impact. This program is one of those small contributions we can all make by ensuring the energy sources we use to power our homes and businesses are renewable. Currently, if you are purchasing electricity from PSE&G, only 23% of that energy is renewable. That means 77% of the energy you are using in your home comes from dirty or non-renewable energy sources. Multiply that by the amount of homes in the township and the electronics we collectively charge on a daily basis, we're using a lot of dirty or non-renewable energy sources for basic living. This program will change that without affecting the residents' lifestyles or requiring a commitment from them. Once this program is implemented, renewable energy usage jumps from 23 to 50% and continues to increase year over year until we reach 100% renewable energy. This program has been successfully implemented in several towns across the state. It doesn't raise taxes, and people can rest assured knowing their electricity sources aren't hurting the environment. Based on all this, I hope that the council will pass this initiative and join the other municipalities in the state that have committed to bettering our planet by powering their communities with renewable energy. Thank you for your time, and I yield back the rest of my time.
Thank you.
Are there any other comments or questions this evening?
Hello, my name is Amber Jarrett, and I live in Woodbridge proper. I'm also here to talk about the Community Choice Aggregation Petition. for bringing cleaner energy options to Woodbridge residents at a lower cost. And I want to commend the efforts of the Food and Water Watch volunteers and thank all the residents who've already signed that petition. New Jersey is one of the highest levels of air pollution in the country, with Middlesex County receiving an F rating in ozone pollution. Ozone pollution is what's causing and contributing to climate change. Here in Woodbridge, we already have issues with flooding to the extent that more than 160 homes in the town had to be abandoned and demolished as part of the Blue Acres program. This is only going to be exacerbated by continued changes to our environment, and unfortunately, while a good start, the Blue Acres program is already struggling to even begin to scratch the surface of homes that are already in vulnerable areas. The only way to keep more homes from becoming vulnerable is to lower global carbon emissions. In the past year and a half, the country has been battling, obviously, COVID, which we know is a respiratory illness, and people who live in areas with higher levels of air pollution are more likely to become gravely ill or suffer from other coexisting conditions, such as asthma, that may prolong or even deter their recovery from COVID. Pollution in the area will continue to increase with all of the development in the downtown area and the building of numerous apartment buildings. And as one of the largest municipalities in New Jersey, it is my hope that the council will consider approving CCA for our township and help to expand cleaner energy options to its residents on their existing utility bills. The cost of the renewable energy is dropping in relation to the cost of fossil fuels, and CCA would allow the township to purchase cleaner energy for its residents at a discounted rate with no impact on reliability or service, just the actual source of the energy. So it also provides customers with electricity at a flat rate for the duration of the contract, which we do not currently have under PCED. Sorry. As I mentioned at a previous meeting when expressing concerns about additional power plants being built in the township, one that I'd like to add to that it's not creating electricity for our town, but for other areas in the state, while creating increased pollution here. Woodbridge likes to boast about its Greenable Woodbridge initiatives, but it's time to step up and make changes that will have a more substantial and sustainable impact on the health of the residents and our planet. Other local municipalities have already successfully passed these ordinances, including New Brunswick, Piscataway, and East Brunswick. My hope is that you will do the same.
Thank you.
Are there any other comments this evening from the public?
Good evening. I'm actually here for help. My name is Elizabeth Ansbro. I purchased the home behind Saints Field, 15 Park Place. We currently don't have water. When I purchased the house, I sat down with Tom and Tom from the building department, and they told us if we decommissioned our well, Middlesex would bring us water. We had to hire someone to find the well, to fill the well and such. We submitted all the paperwork, and now they're telling us that we're responsible to pay $250,000 to bring water to the house. That can't be possible. It's a utility for the township. We pay taxes. Why do we have to pay for the water? It's not a new development. It's a turn-of-the-century home, and we don't have water.
That's the home way beyond
back
the Saints
behind
Field
Saints
and down.
That's
correct.
Yes. Okay.
We've done everything we've been asked to do, and now they're telling us that we have to pay $250,000 to bring water to the house.
Larry?
If you don't mind, once the public portion's over, I'll meet you in the hallway, give me all your contact information, and I'll follow up.
Okay.
Thank you.
The other issue is they're now putting a new gas main in the neighborhood, and it's not coming anywhere near our house.
We don't get public works at all other than garbage. The only thing that, they don't pave our road, they don't re-asphalt it, nothing. Nothing's done to that road. We're like abandoned back there, and we just need help.
Okay. They'll meet you out in the hallway and try to help you out, okay?
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Any other comments from the public this evening?
Good evening, everybody. John Bertaric, Woodbridge. At last meeting, somebody brought up over here, asked a question, what town do you want to follow to be like one? And I believe the council president said, MITCH. When in Woodbridge,
That is not correct.
well, you said something MITCH, you want to be like MITCH.
No, we were asked what towns are doing these other projects, and I said Metuchen, I said Rawway. So I didn't say we're modeling ourselves after
Well,
Metuchen.
that's, do you know anybody else? You didn't know?
I know a lot of towns, don't you?
Okay. Well, anyway, Woodbridge has already abortion clinic with a sex offenders largest prison in the state. We got state prison, we got medical, and we got recreational marijuana coming up. Many, many hundreds of units, apartments. And we're supposed to get to be a better town. Never mention the traffic, which people are very scared of what's going to happen. Why are we so generous to do something like put another plant in KSP on a toxic soil, and next to it you want to put the, I believe, park, which is contaminated. The mayor mentioned it's disturbing, it was very, very toxic, dangerous site. And then electricity that's going to produce from the plant is going to go to Metuchen and Edison. They got more room than we do. I don't say Metuchen, but Edison does. Other towns be glad to get it. Why are we so generous? I don't think we are getting any better. We're never going to be a town like Metuchen or the other better towns. I think we follow like Newark did, Elizabeth did, and that's where we're heading to. But again, please, what are you doing? Don't you see other people laughing at us? You go to other mayors and other municipalities. Why just Woodbridge? Why are we so giving away? Again, mayor would say, well, it generates revenue. It does generate revenue, but does not generate enough revenue. Because you're always behind. No matter what you get, it costs us more to do it. But just look, I don't see Metuchen will ever take downtown Metuchen down there, destroy the business section, and make the 7, 8, 10-story apartment buildings like we do in Woodbridge. I don't see any other Westfield or the other towns going to do the same thing. And then it's not just for Woodbridge residents. Yes, they are Woodbridge residents, what's where they get here. But where they come from? Did you talk to those people where they came from? They came to Woodbridge for one reason: it's cheap compared to where they come from. And the reason it's cheap because the mayor is not charging those guys enough taxes for those apartments, so they'll be able to pass it down on the tenants. But what does it do community? Just look around. Most of you people here for a long time, is it getting better? With somebody, yes. Unfortunately, I don't think it's even American people that's getting better. All those people that invested this money, they're not even American, most of them. They just use the Americans over as a front. Just look at it. It's a new time that you will destroy this town. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other comments this evening?
Good evening, Tom Maris, Forge, New Jersey. Glad to be here again this evening. When we last met at the last council meeting, I had presented several questions. Unfortunately, none of those, or very few of them, were answered at the end of my time. So I'm going to restate them this afternoon, or this evening. But one of the things I'd like to go to before doing that is I brought up the whole specter of the medical marijuana tax and the mayor's response to it. And I did get a copy of the actual ordinance that was passed by the town council. Whereas the state of New Jersey has acknowledged that there is a beneficial use for marijuana in treating or alleviating the pain or other symptoms associated with certain debilitating medical conditions, it's okay, basically just stopping there. But what it goes on to say is that it's going to allow for the taxation at 2% of a medical product that relieves pain and suffering. I find that highly immoral, and I'm ashamed of this council for passing it. I know a lot of you are good Christians, you have your faiths, you support this community, and I applaud you on many, many times. Unfortunately, in 5 minutes, can't stand here and talk about the things we don't like and still get in all the good plugs that you do. And there are a host of things that you do right. This is a great town, we want to keep it that way. But I think it's a shame that you would tax somebody on medical. And where's that going to stop? If you'll do it on marijuana, why not every other medical medical product that relieves pain and suffering? I wish you'd reconsider and perhaps say, leave it on the cannabis that is for recreational use, which, by the way, the mayor pointed out, isn't going to be used too much in town. It's going to have a lot of outside people coming in to buy it at the store, the only store in Woodbridge that'll be able to sell it. And with that, I'm sure we're going to see a lot of crime, because if you've been paying attention to the news, one of the leading heads of a police department in another state and another city was talking about cannabis being one of the big drivers in crime in that city, and it is a gateway drug. I know our own police department feels that way. I feel that way. I lost a sister who started out with marijuana and died from heavy overdose. So again, I wish you'd reconsider that. But moving on, I wanted to bring back the Arts Village and Woodbridge Arts Alliance. Back in 2018, November 2018, there was an agreement signed between the Woodbridge Arts Alliance and Woodbridge Township, which called for them to take over and be responsible for all debts the township had incurred. It's a very thick, and I'm sure that's the end of it, pile of information that I acquired. But my question really remains the same, and it's twofold. Is it not a conflict that Carolyn Ehrlich, who is the head of the redevelopment agency and also the chief of staff for Mayor John McClure, and Vito Simaluku, who is now the Woodbridge Business Administrator, also hold the positions as the president, Carolyn Ehrlich as president, and Vito Simaluka, vice president of the WAA, which is the Woodbridge Arts Alliance, which is now in debt to the township. How much is that debt? How much of it has been repaid? And at what rate? That's one question. The next point I want to bring into is that there is a petition.
Mr. Maris,
yes.
I'm going to stop you a second.
Okay.
And we'll give you your time back, but understand, your 5 minutes is a Q&A. So if you keep asking questions and your time runs out,
right,
we're not answering.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right.
Then I'll get real quick to the other point. And that is, I'm totally in support. I wrote about it today, published it in Patch and also in Facebook and other medias that I will be. Hopefully it'll be picked up by at least the Home News Tribune. And that is absolutely in support of the petition to curb the development of the third power plant in Woodbridge Township. It'll add a lot of pollution to an area that already has one power plant, hence increasing the volume of pollutants there. And as I said in the article that I wrote, why not simply turn that into a solar panel field? It won't pollute, it'll get the extra energy, it'll be good for the town, and there are plenty of surrounding townships in this area that would gladly take on that power plant and let them fight their own battles with the environmental groups about putting it up. Bottom line is, Woodbridge should not have to suffer one more power plant to satisfy the greed of industrials. And with that, I'll let you answer the questions. Thank you.
Questions have to be repeated.
In regards to APAC?
APAC, yeah, please repeat the questions.
Could you repeat that, Mr. Maris, the question?
The Arts Village?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Since November 28th, when it was, the agreement was signed between the township and Carolyn Ehrlich as the president of the Woodbridge Arts Alliance, what was the amount owed at that point in time that they assumed it? Forgive me, I'll shut that off. Should have been. How much of that debt has been repaid? How much is still outstanding? And are there reports on all of it? And the other part of that, is it not a conflict to have Carolyn Ehrlich, who sits as a member of the administration, and Vito Simaluka, also a high-ranking member of the administration, running a separate corporation that is in debt to the township? Again, their positions respectively. Carolyn would be the president of the Woodbridge Arts Association. Vito is the vice president.
There is no conflict of interest for Ms. Ehrlich and for Mr. Simaluka in holding both of those positions. They receive no remuneration, they receive no compensation, so there is no conflict, period.
How do you know that?
Mr. Maris,
I'm
your
familiar
time
with
is up. We're gonna
I'll still leave the question.
We're going to answer your question.
Thank you.
The Avenel Arts Center has not paid back anything. As you know, a startup business is always going to be behind and lose money, and then COVID hit, so they have not paid back anything of what they owe the town, and if they did, there's no interest rate attached to that.
Thank you.
Are there any other comments this evening from the public?
Good evening, members of the council. Charles Cradaville, I'm the Central Jersey organizer for Food and Water Watch. I want to echo the support for the energy aggregation program and thank Mr. Mitch and his staff for their diligent work to verify the many hundreds of signatures that were submitted. It's my understanding that there are in excess of 1,526 signatures from registered voters in support of the ordinance to launch a community energy aggregation program. And I just wanted to clarify, I do see, I think Mr. Mitch will be addressing it at the end of the meeting, but wanted to make sure that was the case and also find out when the public hearing will be.
So my intention is to certify the petition this evening, and the hearing will be scheduled for August 17th.
August 17th at the regular meeting.
Yes.
Thank you kindly. And, you know, I do want to reach out in the spirit of cooperation and, you know, signal to you that this is a very popular thing, hence all the signatures, but also something that, you know, the township administration has supported this kind of thing in the past, and we're hopeful that you'll support it now here in 2021 as, you know, we've learned so much more about the climate crisis and what we need to do to address it. And so, you know, I do want to point to a letter published in the Home News in August 2016 where Mayor McCormick defended the newly launched energy aggregation program at that time, and he says the township approved an energy aggregation program after our energy consultant procured an electricity rate for our 33,000 households that was significantly lower than what we are all being charged now. So it sounds like the dollars and cents added up and we're able to make it work then, and would encourage you to look to some of the other municipalities that have you know, successfully implemented this, and residents are seeing a savings, and also, you know, most importantly, we're doing our part to address the climate crisis and transition to renewable energy as fast as possible. You know, the state has ambitious goals for this, but towns can play a big role, and so I would you know, look forward to a dialogue and discussion. We have, you know, reached out to the administration and of course to you, sir, to try to you know, start to have some meaningful discussions about this, and we'll look forward to the public hearing and want to just make myself available to any council member who has questions or wants to discuss this proposal, and would you know, would encourage that, and I'm happy to meet with you and address any questions you have, and yeah, just wanted to say all of that and you know, look forward to the hearing.
Thank you.
Are there any other comments this evening from the public? Here are no other comments. Can I get a motion that the public comment portion be closed?
Motion? Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Mr. President?
Thank you. We'll now go into the agenda portions of the meeting. Number 16 on my agenda is the light parade. This year it's going to be held at Saturday, November 27th at 6 p.m. in conjunction with Small Business Saturday. Lineup for the participants are going to be at 5 o'clock. And the event should start probably between 6:15 and 6:30. If you have any questions, you could call myself or Municipal Clerk John Mitch at 732-634-4500, extension 6404. I just want to, again, God bless America, and God bless all our first responders, township workers, and that's all I have. Vice President Bauer.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order. A few announcements. All our local fire districts are seeking volunteer firefighters. One must be at least 18 years old, and all training is free. This is a great stepping stone for those who are seeking a career opportunity in firefighting or those who would just like to give back to their communities. Please contact me at 732-887-9796 for any further assistance or information. Also, Greenway Family Success Center, which is located at 535-537 New Brunswick Avenue, Ford, is a great resource for all. The Family Success Center is a community gathering place where families find fun, information, and support. Stop by and learn about their free educational workshops, family activities, and ways you can use your talents to strengthen our community. Monthly activity calendars are available on their Facebook page or call 732-527-3400 for more information. That's all I have tonight. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Councilwoman DeJesus.
Thank you, Council President. On behalf of Councilwoman Nancy Drum, I would like to announce that a new restaurant has opened on Main Street, Seaweed Thai restaurant at 96 Main Street in Woodbridge. The grand opening was yesterday. Again, that's a Thai restaurant, 96 Main Street in Woodbridge. And like I urged all of our residents last meeting, I'm urging again, please let's support our local businesses and patronize all our restaurants and new businesses opening up, not only on Main Street, but throughout our township. On my agenda, item number 9, the BAUER Art Center. They have decorative folk art of Ukraine on view from July 1st through August 27th at the BAUER Art Center, and from also the art of Ukrainian embroidery. Again, that's July 1st to August 27th, both programs at the BAUER Art Center, and you can call 732-634-0413 for more information. Item number 10, the Free Public Library of Woodbridge. Alignable is a social media tool for growing business. Alignable on the road will make a stop at Woodbridge Main Library at 6:30 p.m. this Thursday, August 5th, to share stories on Alignable success, light refreshments, and a brief presentation of library resources for entrepreneurs and businesses will be available. You can go to woodbridgelibrary.org for more information. That is all that I have for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Spiller.
Thank you, Council President. Item number 7 on my agenda is Sycamore Senior Center. They are back. They're having their first luncheon. They invite you to their end of the summer luncheon, Wednesday, August 11th, from 12 to 3. Tickets are $10 a person. Tickets are on sale now. You can call Sandra at 732-726-6272, and you can also email sandra.juku. Find Sandra on the township website or Sycamore, that'll be easier. So again, that's Wednesday, August the 11th for Sycamore Senior. It's good to see the seniors getting back out. Also, that was item number 6. Item number 7, Route 1 Development. I'd like to congratulate Dr. Aquino and his team at White Oak Dental as they received their certificate of occupancy and now is open for business. The property is located at 1040 Route 1, which is the old Big Top property I mentioned at the last meeting. University Orthopedics is open right next door. The property looks great, the landscaping looks great, it's much better to the eyes, to the neighbors in the old Big Top property. As I mentioned, next door, University Orthopedics recently opened for business, continue to make a profitable, great, bring in more jobs and residents to the township. Also in the news last week, Cambria Hotel has made an application to the township to build a new hotel and restaurant at the sites of the City Star Motel on Route 1. This will be a wonderful addition to the Route 1 corridor and will go along the same premise idea of the Holiday Inn, which is across the street up a little bit on Route 1. To put it respectfully, the city and the Star Motels for years have had numerous property, health, fire complaints from the township, from nearby residents, so this is going to be a much better use for that property. Item number 14, there's an error in the recent Woodbridge News when the Maple Tree Senior Center was detailed. It inadvertently had a picture of the Avenel VFW. The new Senior Center will be located at the Avenel next to Columbia Avenue at 109 Morrissey Avenue. Check out for details coming out shortly because we're looking to start rocking and rolling those first 2 weeks of September. That's all for my agenda this evening, Council President. Just a couple announcements. I'm sure the residents might have seen it by now. There's a new pedestrian rapid flashing beacon for the pedestrian crosswalk in the area of Daniel Street, Port Reading. I'd like to thank the mayor and the administration for listening to our concerns, as that area is heavily traveled by pedestrians, especially in the area of the temple located there. I want to thank them for constantly reaching out to the county, DOT, to have them investigate the matter and have it resolved. Thank you to all our emergency responders, fire, EMS, our police department, sir, all our public works and township employees. God bless America. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Councilwoman Meehan.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is also in order. I just have a couple announcements. This Saturday, the Mayor's Summer Concert will be coming to Colonia Middle School, featuring music by BAUER. We will have hamburgers and hot dogs served by the American Legion, beer and White Claws served by the Colonia VFW, soft drinks and pretzels by the Independent Club. There'll be face paints, games for the kids, visit from the Colonia Fire Department, and a 50-50. The event will run from 2 to 7 p.m., so please just bring a chair or a blanket for you to sit. It'll be a great day of community fun and music, and all proceeds from this event will go to our Colonia VFW and our Colonia American Legion, who, of course, through the pandemic has been hurting for funds, so this will help our veterans. Also, Councilwoman Drum asked me to make a couple announcements for her. Rebuilding Warriors will be holding a Super 50-50. Tickets are $100 and only 300 tickets will be sold. First place ticket will be $10,000. Second to sixth prize will be $1,000 each. To get your ticket, you can reach out to Nancy Mullen at 732-859-0324. All proceeds from this event will be used to train service dogs to help our veterans and our first responders suffering from PTSD. And lastly, the 12th annual Bowl for Hunger this year will be held on August 23rd from 5 to 10 p.m. at the Majestic Lanes Bowling Alley. If you're interested in putting in a team, you can call 732-925-8769. Everything raised at this event will go to help our food pantries. And hope everybody's having a good summer, stay safe, and that's all I have.
Thank you. Councilman Anderson?
Thank you, Council President. W2RC, our youth football and cheer practice seasons have begun. Woodbridge Broncos are practicing at Merrill Park on weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. Golden Saints are practicing at their location, 100 Saints Boulevard in Port Reading from weeknights to 6 to 8 p.m. And Middlesex Junior Knights practicing at Ford's Park from Monday through Friday through the month of August for 6 to 8 p.m. Just keep an eye out for the kids as they're running out of their cars to their practices. For our job bank, Woodbridge Crossing Guards. We're looking for some crossing guards here in Woodbridge. So it's great pay, great part-time job, free training. You have to be over 18 to apply. Contact our HR department at 732-634-4500, extension 6408. Or you can contact Eunice Jackson at 732-634-4500, extension 2125. Amazon is offering $1,000 to sign a sign-on bonus, so I'll probably go and apply for that job very soon. So you can apply at Amazon.com, and you can also go on our website, on our employee opportunity website. BASF is hiring, as they've been on our website for quite a while. There's also hiring for a 911 dispatcher. Substitute teachers are needed in the oncoming school year, as students will be back full in person next year, in September. Mill Creek is looking for an administrative assistant, and FedEx Ground is hiring at $18.60 to start. So if you're out of work right now, there's some good starting pay jobs. And also, if you have a desire to work with disabled citizens, you can go to www.njid.org. Dave & Buster's is also hiring Middlesex Water, Bayshore Recycling, BCB Bank, Northfield Bank, and Gem Limousine. I'm going to hold on number 3. The Woodbridge Hall of Fame. On Saturday, Malik the Natural Nelson, who we honored here from Avenel, he had an outstanding amateur career, and he opened his first professional career with a 4th-round TKO knockout at the Prudential Center in Newark in front of a great home crowd. Taste of Woodbridge I'm going to hold, charity raffle, drive-in movie. Mr. Simaluka, I didn't know for this year, are we going to plan for a drive-in movie with COVID or not?
We don't have anything planned yet, but I will check with the Recreation Department and get back to the councilman.
Okay, thank you. NAACP, I really ask that you all keep President Reverend Donna Stewart and her family in prayer as she lost her grandchild this week. We're going to hold on MLK, ICOC. We're going to hold Tooling Around the Town. We'll hold, and I'll go down to Middlesex College. It has a virtual open house on middlesexcc.edu. Information on the college's operating status, you can go to middlesexcc.edu/coronavirus. So if you want to find anything out about their upcoming school year, which they will be in person as well, but there's information there regarding the coronavirus, and also you can find out about their plan for the school. And you can also check out their new branding for the college. As I've mentioned before, they no longer are known as Middlesex County College. They are only known as Middlesex College, and they changed their colors and a lot of signage all throughout the campus. It really looks nice. WONAC is going to be exploring interest in a bike ride at some point during the year, and a family walk and run health day. So I just want to just keep you, if you have any interest in something like that, feel free to reach out to me about that. And Councilman Spiller, I don't know, I was just looking on my phone. Is Miss Wozniak, Dagmar Wozniak, is she competing in the Olympics this year from Avenel?
Yes.
She is, right?
Yes, she made it. She made a team. She got eliminated early on.
Okay.
Thank you, former Avenel resident.
Absolutely.
Still live on Cozy Corner.
Yeah.
I think this is her third. It's definitely third, if not the fourth.
I think 2008, 2012, and then 2016. Right? This will be his fourth, maybe? Yeah. Okay. Well, congratulations.
St. John's of Hope.
St. John's, right? So, congratulations to her for making the Olympics. Unfortunately, she did not place, but proud Avenel resident. Bologna High School?
She was an Avenel before all that.
There we go. Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilman FICARRA?
Thank you, Council President. From the Woodbridge Community Center, we have a slew of outside activities at the Skyline Mini Golf and batting cages. Inside, we have ice hockey and roller hockey. Until the end of August, there's an opportunity to take a tour, receive a 5-day pass, just to get a little feel for what's going on. You can always check out at www.njwcc.com, which is NewJerseyWoodbridgeCommunityCenter.com. A couple of events coming up through the wellness program. Our Crossroads race is September 5th, that's a Sunday, and the Tour to Woodbridge Bike Tour is September 26th. More information to follow on that. As far as senior recreation is concerned, the New Jersey Senior Olympics, the 14th year here in Woodbridge, September 10th, 11th, and 12th. The deadline for registration is August 27th. Don't forget that Woodbridge Township seniors get a $25 reduction if you're a township resident. It normally costs $10 per event. You can enter 3, that's $30. But for Woodbridge residents, you only pay $5. So it's not too late, and it's a nice savings. And there is a brochure out, and they're out and about. But again, you can go to NewJerseySeniorOlympics.com. From Mr. Green in the Health Department, just an update on our COVID. The total number of doses administered is at 9,756. That's a combination of dose 1 and dose 2 in some cases. There have been 69 clinics just in our health center alone since the start of this program. There is it's not going to help residents watching tonight, but there is a clinic going on right now at the community center as part of National Night Out. But there's another one this coming Thursday at the health center from 10 to 2, and next Thursday, August 12th, from 3 to 5. You can walk up on those, and we could also accept reservations. The CDC and the New Jersey Department of Health are both watching the Delta variant closely. It's approximately 83% of all new cases are involving that Delta. So again, if you're vulnerable, please be safe. If you haven't gotten your vaccine, please get out there and get your vaccine, especially if you're in a medical condition that makes you more vulnerable. And a statement, I'd just like to point out a general statement that I've said a few times now. When you're talking about smart growth in the town, it seems to be coming up quite a bit. 4 projects, the Upper Main Street, the old Test Solar Farm, Riffy's across from Walgreens, the strip mall across the street, and then Stern Tower, which when Stern Tower was there was basically tax-free. If you added those properties up before any of this smart growth redevelopment, they added up to about $500,000 a year in taxes. Once those projects are completed, they'll be $3 million per year. The downtown projects funded the new Ross Street School and nearly a new Woodbridge Middle School, as most of us know and acknowledge. These projects improve property values in Woodbridge, which is basically Ward 1. So property values go up, the town gets a little bit more revenue. I just wanted to reiterate that. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Councilman Patel?
Yeah, thank you, Council President. My agenda is also in order. I have 2 announcements. 5 Branches Senior Center, which is located in Islin, they are holding their brunch on this Friday, August 6th, from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. Also, IBA, or Indian Business Association, with many area organizations holding their annual India Day Parade on Oak Tree Road in Addison and in Iselin on this Sunday, August 8th. This year, the parade is dedicated to the frontline workers that include police officers, firefighters, EMS, doctors, and nurses. The parade will have floats, fire engines, and police vehicles. The parade will start at 2 p.m. from Cinder Road in Addison and will conclude at Middlesex Avenue in Iselin. The Oakley Road portion from Wood Avenue to Courage Avenue will be closed from about 1 p.m. till 3:30 p.m. The Oakley Road from Courage Avenue to Middlesex Avenue will be closed from 1 p.m. till about 8 p.m. Police officers will direct the traffic. If you are traveling in the area, please allow some extra time and follow the police directions and detours. That's all for tonight. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you.
Good night.
Mr. Mitch?
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to, just 2 items this evening. Number 5, I'm going to drop down to the elections, just so you're aware, and I'll keep council posted. We will be looking to prepare for early voting with the general election in November. Have more to it hopefully in about the next 2 weeks. Number 6, the initiative petition update. As was indicated earlier, as you know, I did receive an initiative petition from a committee of voters to adopt an ordinance creating an energy aggregation program here in the community. I initially denied it due to the insufficient amount of qualified signatures. The committee provided supplemental signatures. They've now satisfied. They were able to cure the petition. My certification has been issued. I sent you a copy based on my certification and a state statute. That means we have now moved that as an ordinance on first reading officially. So I'll advertise it, as I indicated earlier to Mr. Cradaville. It'll be up for a public hearing on August 17th. All right?
Thank you.
That's all I have. Thank you.
All right. Director Darden?
Thank you, Council President. Just understand the final reading of resolution.
Thank you. Business Administrator Simulka?
Thank you, Council President. Under Administration and Finance, I have a 100% disabled veteran. I have a tax and sewer overpayment. Under the add-ons, I have a purchase of a new F-250 4x4. I have a purchase of 4 new F-250 4x4 with extended cab. I have a county tax appeal. I have a change order for French and Perillo for a contract for field observation. And I have the 2022 recreational grant application for Acacia Youth Center. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Legal?
We don't have anything this evening, Council President, but I do want to thank Councilwoman Meehan for plugging the Bowl for Hunger. It's on the 23rd, and it's a terrific event that helps the people of the 19th Legislative District. You'll come out, you'll have a lot of fun, and you'll do something nice for somebody else who really needs it. So thank you, Councilwoman. With that, we don't have anything else.
Thank you. Before we adjourn tonight, I just want to recognize Vice President Bauer, his wife Ingrid. Their daughter Emily is getting married this Friday, so congratulations, best wishes.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion. Second.